So I wanted to get on here real fast and just say, have fun with my video watching it because not only has my brain decided that I cannot speak, I am also going to forget what I'm talking about, what I'm going to say, and my camera has decided that it wants to move in and out because it wants to try to focus. So just have fun because you're definitely in for a ride. So. May 15th to June 15th is Tourette's. Oh my goodness. Is Tourette's Syndrome Awareness Month. And it's time we talk about it. Oh my goodness. If my phone doesn't quit doing what it's doing. Oh my. Anyway. So, Tourette's syndrome, or TS, is a neurological disorder that causes unwanted or involuntary movements, sounds, and/or phrases known as tics. Now, like I said, keep in mind, involuntary. We do not control it. We cannot control it, actually. It's very sad. What is my phone doing? Okay. Now, it usually starts in childhood and affects about 1 in 162 children in the US. I know for me, my Tourette's actually started in 6th grade, so I was about like 12, 13-ish, just turned 13. And then it I say went away, but it didn't go away. It's like my tics died down a lot, and that does happen with Tourette's. It waxes and wanes, meaning sometimes you'll have a period of really bad tics, or a month, or you can go like a couple weeks with a bunch of tics, and then you can go a month or weeks without any tics. And oh my gosh, my phone is zooming in because I keep moving. Stop. So with Tourette's, you have what we call motor tics and vocal tics, and it pretty much is what it sounds like. So for your motor tics, you can have blinking or head jerking. Now, for your vocal tics, you can have like throat clearing or repeating words. Now, before I do say anything else, trigger warning if you have Tourette's, because if I talk about certain tics, it actually can make another person with Tourette's tic. I actually don't know why that is. So anyway, we're gonna ignore that. So what you actually probably just saw was a tic. Now, with me talking about it, I am going to start ticking a lot more. Now, I do want to clarify, just because I have Tourette's doesn't mean I tic 24/7. So, like I said, the tics that we have, we cannot control them. Now, I know a lot of people, when they hear the word Tourette's, they automatically think of cursing, and that is not the case. That is actually called coprolalia, and only 10% of people with Tourette's have that, and I sadly do have that. I've said some pretty weird things and bad things that I wouldn't say as a person, because that's just not me. Okay, so some myths and some facts. So Tourette syndrome is not caused by emotional issues, even though if you get really stressed, it can bring it on. I know for me, I got so stressed once that my Tourette's actually flared, and it was so bad that I was having like head tics, like my head was jerking back and forth and like going side to side so bad that it almost sent me into a seizure. So that was a lovely experience, not knowing what I had. Now, like I said, your emotions can ramp your tics up a little more. I know for me, like, when I was in school, if I'd get really nervous or really excited, I'd tic a lot. Oh my goodness. So, like I said, Tourette's, I mean, it's not really rare, but it is more it's more rare in men than it is in women. I do know that. Now, I know for some cases of Tourette's, even though it does present in childhood, there are some people that I do know, like, I don't know them personally, but like celebrities, where they've had Tourette's form in their adult years. You're kind of born with it, but sometime like near, what is going on? In the future, when you get older, your tics can ramp up or they just won't show yet. I know for me that was the case. I was really stressed and then they ramped up really bad, and I called them muscle twitches for years because my friends knew about Tourette's, and in middle school they were like, oh my gosh, what is it? In middle school they were like, do you have Tourette's? And I'm like, no, I don't have Tourette's. And I would like cut them off because I was like so scared of someone finding out. At first I'm like, oh, I don't have Tourette's, they're muscle twitches. But yeah, I lied. I literally texted my friends and I'm like, well guys, I guess I lied, I do have Tourette's. Also, how can you help? Be patient. Please be patient. I know for me, there's been times where I've tried to get a word out and my tics will make me stutter so bad that my friends will just sit there and look at me with a dead blank face and they're like, I'm like, I'm trying. And sometimes it gets funny. Now, also, please don't stare. Me personally, I've had people stare at me and it does make it worse. Now, I know there are some people that I have met, like, I've actually got to meet people with Tourette's and they've gave me some advice and they're like, just don't care. And I'm like, okay. And it's a lot easier said than done because when you have Tourette's, people are obviously going to stare because you're sitting there and you're making all these noises or you're repeating things, and sometimes what you're saying gets really weird. So I've had people stare at me and it's been something. Don't mock our tics. Now, and the reason why I say this is because the more you mock us, the more we're going to tic. And a lot of people with Tourette's, we all have like echolalia, and it pretty much is what it sounds like. We will pretty much copy you. I know since I'm in public school, I do band, and I've had some incidences in band with my Tourette's. My friends, I'm gonna kill this camera. My friends, they would be sitting there, and as normal band kids do, we don't pay attention because we're band kids, we're gonna be weird. So they'd be doing stuff and I'd copy them, and then yeah, and so some of the tics I've had have stuck with me, and some of my friends, my poor friends, guys, they have not. Sometimes they won't watch what they say, and yeah, I have gotten some tics from my friends. I do know one of the tics I do have, I actually like it. I think it is the funniest thing ever. I say beans a lot. I mean a lot. One time when we were marching, I was so stressed out on the field that I couldn't play my instrument because I was ticking the word beans. Thank goodness I was only having facial tics in my head. I wasn't having any like motor tics where my head was moving. Well, I mean, I'm having motor tics, obviously, because my face, and I was having a vocal tic, but I wasn't like, my head wasn't like jerking around, so that was good. And just treat people kindly. Don't treat us any different. We are not different from other people. Yes, we might have a little extra trait, but so what? Like, we might have a condition where our brain misfires and it makes us say things or do things. That's not in our control, okay? We're not different. We're the same. We're just like you. We are human. I want to clarify that. We are human. We're just like other people. Now, you can ask questions. I actually love it when people would come up to me and ask me about Tourette's. At a football game, I was really ticky, and it was really bad because I'm a trumpet, so you can imagine how that went. But we were talking to other band kids during halftime after we did our halftime performance, and this one girl, I'll never forget it. It was the best little experience I've ever had with someone meeting me, and I'm like, yeah, I have Tourette's, because I was like taking a lot, and she's like, are you okay? I'm like, oh, I have Tourette's, and she's like, oh my god, you have Tourette's? I'm like, yeah, I do. And she was jumping up and down, and it was really nice. And I'm like, oh, thanks. And she was like, I've always wanted to meet someone with Tourette's. Like, oh my god, I can't believe it. And I'm like, oh. And it made me really nervous, because I was like, oh my gosh, what the heck? Because I wasn't used to that. I was used to people making fun of me, being mean. So I wasn't used to the positive reactions. Now, be understanding. Please be understanding. And just learn. Like, if you want to learn, just ask someone. Now, I do know I have had some freaking camera. Oh my goodness. I've had some funny incidences in band, and let me tell you them, because I think it would be really funny. Also, I know this video is all over the place. Anywho, so one day at band camp, I was sitting in my chair, and my band director was helping another student, and my beautiful little stand that was in front of my face, don't know why, but my brain decided, oh, we need to kick the stand as hard as you can. So what did my brain do? Kick the stand. It made me kick the stand. And when I tell you I've never seen my band director get scared, I scared the ever-living crap out of him and my friends. To me, it was funny, because in that moment, I didn't feel that tick coming. And now I know some people have explained to me where when they feel a tick, it's like, for me, I say it's like someone's brushing a feather on my neck or wherever I'm going to have that tick. Now, sometimes I don't have the feeling of where I'm going to have a tick. And the reason why I say a feeling is because people with Tourette's sometimes say we're going to like have like a really like a head movement. I can feel that movement in my neck, or sometimes I will even feel it in my head, and I hate it because it's really weird. And I describe it as it like tickling, and it's just like really weird. And so a tick, the feeling that you get, it's like an urge. Like, say you have like an ant bite or something and it's really itchy and you have to scratch it. That's pretty much like what a tick is. But when you have your ticks, if the tick is not satisfied, it will just keep happening over and over and over. And I've had that to the point where I've gotten stuck in a tick, and I like to say it's like a little tick loop. I got stuck on the word beans. I got stuck moving my head around. I don't know why. It just happens. Now, with people that have Tourette's, most likely they're not just gonna have Tourette's. They're probably gonna have another disorder along with that. I know for me, I have FND, also known as functional neurological disorder, and it also causes tics. So I have those two things playing against me, and I have OCD, and OCD does cause tics as well. Did not know that. So I have 3 things playing against me. So yeah, and so sometimes I'll have like a little feeling before I have a tic, and sometimes I won't. And that's when it kind of gets scary, because then it's like, wow. And it really does scare me sometimes, because like sometimes when I have the feeling of a tick, I'll be able to feel where that tick is going to be, and I'll like tell my friends I'm going to have it. Like, I feel this tick in my arm feels like, I feel like I'm going to have a tick there. And they're like, oh, okay. And sometimes my friends will like, they'll just stay by me and scoot over a little bit, because I hit like really bad. I haul off and hit the crap out of family members and friends. Not on purpose, obviously, but yeah. Oh, also, another little tick I have in band is, since I'm a trumpet, you know, it's obviously a metal instrument. Most instruments are. And I still think this is funny. I was having really bad tics when we were sitting in the classroom, like we were in the band building and we were just practicing some of our music for our show. And I got my instrument taken away by my section leader. I said my section leader. Reason why is because I was having a tic where I was doing this. And I had my trumpet in my hand. And then one day my section leader was trying to help me figure out how to do a note. And he was playing, and I didn't feel this tic coming. And it really, like, it made us laugh, but I felt really bad in that moment because he had his trumpet, like, obviously on his mouth. And my trumpet, I moved my arm and I hit him with my instrument, but I hit the bottom of his instrument and it like pushed it in his mouth. And like, yeah, I think I busted his lip. If I remember correctly, I think I busted his lip. But I've had incidences where like I've spilt food in the hallway. I'm no longer allowed to cook by myself because I've almost stuck my hand in boiling hot water. Now, let me remind you, I'm not gonna do that on purpose. Like, ain't no way. I'm too scared for that. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, I'm gonna purposely stick my hand in boiling hot water. No, I'm not. I know for me, also, being a Christian teen, I felt it really hard to kind of fit in now because, yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to go to a church and sit down with someone ticking. So I do online church, like it a lot better because, you know, so I can still attend church. But I still do school activity. I got back in band and I've loved it ever since. I've had instances where I've spilt food. I have thrown food at my friends. I've also almost stabbed my friends. Some of my friends were not so lucky and got skinned by forks. If I have a pair of scissors in my hands, my friends take them from me. I have told them to because I've almost stabbed people. On my 16th birthday, I share a birthday with my beautiful friend named Jasmine. And it's lovely. So me and her did a sweet 16 together because I absolutely adore her. And we were cutting our cake, and all my friends were there. And she asked me, and my parents asked me, they're like, do you want us to cut the cake for you? I said, no, I'm doing it myself. 5 minutes later, actually not even 5 minutes later, actually. Probably, I really want to say, it was really fast reaction. I want to say a second later, I got the knife taken from me because I almost stabbed my friend Jazzy. I call her Jazzy for short. So yeah, so I've had incidences like that. So I'm not allowed to cook by myself. I obviously can't drive, but I also can't drive because I have seizures, so. Also, I have flat out broken instruments. I've ripped the pinky ring off my instrument. I have, like, I didn't break the valve, I've dented it. I've hit my instrument, like I hit my instrument on my chair, like I'll have it in my hands like this, obviously, you know, because when we're marching, our instrument's supposed to be like, we have our hands like this and we flip the instrument up. But so, I would bang my instrument on my chair, and I've dented it. I've dented the little horn on my trumpet. My mouthpiece has dents in it. All the valves have dents in it. Some of the valves, yeah. And I have had incidences in class. I know for a lot of people with Tourette's, minus all the funny things I just told you, people with Tourette's do face a lot of bullying, and that's why I try to spread awareness now about Tourette's. Because I've had Tourette's, well, for a little bit. I actually had Tourette's since 6th grade, but we didn't really know that's what it was. I've had Tourette's for, I want to say 2 to 3 years now, with the diagnosis. I want to say I've had it for 2 years. So yeah, I've had some bad instances, and I've had people bully me. I've had people call me a robot, and I actually took that bullying and I turned it into like something funny, and I'm like, yeah, you know what, you're right, I am a robot. Thank you. Because someone was like, Mackenzie Fox doesn't tick, she glitches. And I'm like, oh, thank you, I do glitch. Thank you very much. Yes, I do. I've taken the bullying and I've just turned it into something funny. I've had some really bad experiences. I've had full-blown cursing incidences in class, And I've had kids turn to my teacher and say, why isn't she getting in trouble? She's cursing, we can't. And my teacher would have to explain to them that I have Tourette's. And they're like, oh, she automatically has Tourette's? Wow, I've been with her since elementary. I've never known that. Like, pardon me, am I supposed to tell you my life? But no, I've had incidences with that. I've had really bad bullying. I've had people call me a faker. I've had people just do really mean things. I've had incidences where I would be really ticky and I actually would have to leave class earlier than students because I had an incident in the hallway where I was having a cursing tick and a kid took it as I was cursing at them. I do have the middle finger. Yeah, I've had instances like that in the hallway. I've had it. Gosh. I've had incidences where we were in class taking tests and I was taking and it'd be dead silent and then all you'd hear would be a nice little curse tick. And it's totally what you want in a classroom when it's dead silent. I have had incidences where, mind you, I'm now well, it's summer, so I'm officially a junior. But in 10th grade and 9th grade, 9th and 10th grade, I'd have incidences where I would, because it'd be in math and we get to work on the whiteboards, I would throw markers. I would mark on friends. Friends would have, we would leave math class with friends either having green, blue, or black or red marker on them. Some markers would not survive the whiteboard. Yeah, some erasers would be chunked around the classroom. So yeah, also really fast, because I didn't explain that. A tick attack is pretty much where you have a bunch of ticks all at once, and it can get very violent. For me personally, I have had a tick attack so bad that I've actually had a mini seizure. Now, thank goodness I have not epileptic seizures. Golly. So, yeah, but I've had tick attacks where I've hurt myself. I've had, I had a tick where I would hit my desk, and I'd always manage to hit it on this, like, little bone. Right, we're good, like the bone right there. And I would hit it really, really hard. And my poor dad, when I was at his house, one day, we were cooking, and I was ticking a lot, and we were making food, and he let me use a knife, because I asked. But he was right there, like, him and my stepmom, they were watching. So I was, and there's a lizard. Golly. Ooh. What is it doing? It's going back and forth like this. That's funny. So we were in the kitchen and I had a knife and then I got done cooking the food up and we put it in the pan, cooking it. And I remember I turned around and I went to go say something to my dad. Yeah. And before I could even get a word out, I waylaid him in the back. Like, I got him right between the shoulder blades, and I mean, I hit him really, really hard. My poor little sister, she's gotten hit. It's really sad when it happens too. I go over to my stepmom's house, my dad's house, and I would hit her. And there were times where I'd hit her so hard that it'd make her cry, and I felt really, really bad. And it'd make me cry because I couldn't control it. And then after, she'd come up to me and she's like, "Don't worry." She'd be like, "Don't worry, Kenny, it's okay. I know you can't control it." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that's so sweet." So I've had incidences where I've hit people. I have waylaid my friends in the face during tick attacks. I definitely do know when I do have tick attacks. At first, when we all found out that it was Tourette's, and I had my first ever tick attack, I had it at school. Great place to have one. That was very sarcastic. I hope you can get that. I went at school and it really scared the crap out of my friends. I was freaking out because I didn't know what to do. There are medicines that they can give you for Tourette's. Now, obviously, there's no cure for Tourette's. There's no cure. But they can give you medicine. I refused medicine because one of the medicines they were going to put me on, one of them caused really bad seizures. I said no because seizures runs in my family. I swear to gosh. I'm back by my garden. I don't. Can you see my like little fence back there? That's a little greenhouse my dad built. I swear to. Stop. Okay. Anywho, so yeah. So I've had all that stuff. Anyway, there's something behind me. I'm scared, guys. It's probably a rabbit. I really hope it's a rabbit. My dogs aren't out. They're up. I can't see anything, so that makes it like 1,000 times scarier because there's like little trees right there. We have deer. It's probably a raccoon or an armadillo. Anywho, so I hope you like this video. Yes. Why did I say it like that? Yes, it is all over the place. Welcome to my mind. This video is pretty much how my mind works. Happy Tourette's Awareness Month, and I hope everyone has a good day and a blessed day. And if you do have Tourette's, please oh my goodness, please reach out to me. I would like to meet some more people with Tourette's, whether it's in person or online. Hope you all have a good summer too. Bye. Also, I hope you like this video because it was something. Awareness does lead to understanding, and understanding changes lives. And this Tourette's Awareness Month, let's listen, learn, and support.